Elden Ring is the biggest game ever made. When you start, the map is like this, and you go, damn, this game is big. Then you get teleported to the other side of the map and realize, oh my god, this game is big. Then you get teleported to the top of the map, and you go, whoa!
Holy shit, man. I didn't even realize.
Then you realize there's an entire other world underground, and a floating island, and a massive city, and an entire secret castle. 2 of them, actually. There are secret zones within secret zones within secret zones. So the absolute highest compliment I can pay this game is to tell you that I have beaten this game 4 times now. Right out the gate, we're ripping off Zelda. You literally wake up in a tomb, open a big door,
I think I have the
says,
soundtrack
go.
in the back. No, I don't, sorry.
No hand-holding, no bullshit, just go wherever you want to go. Except don't fight that guy, and don't go over here because you'll die, and don't follow the beam of light because that's a fucking scam. Elden Ring's gameplay loop is to put a bullshit boss in front of you and say, okay, now go into the world and find something to chop his head off with. Having a concrete goal like defeating a scumbag boss makes exploration feel that much more meaningful. And visually, this is a world worth exploring. Walking around in this game is like stepping inside of a painting. There are hundreds upon hundreds of scenic vistas which...
It's just good to feel that once in a while you still have good games. Games that get good reviews from streamers, YouTubers. Fuck the critics, these journalists, they're not real people, right? It's good to see that it still exists in a world where most games are just complete trash nowadays. Like the big games, you know.
And the spaces in between are populated with an absurd array of creative enemies
yeah,
and
it's
bosses.
so good, man.
FromSoft is famous for their enemy design, and they are really bringing the heat here, not only in sheer quantity, but also in terms of moves and variety.
They must have made a lot of money with this game too, which is fully deserved.
Wizards, giant lobsters, vampire bats that sing the Halo theme. They got Pumpkinhead to be in this, stretchy lizard man. The list goes on and
I didn't
on
even fight them yet.
and you're saying, Dunkey, please don't spoil this game for me, but I can't.
This attack seems insane, man.
Spoiled because this game does not
Took all
end,
his mana, though.
This is Dark Souls 4, no end credits edition. But what's frustrating about Elden Ring is that for all the effort that has gone into the world and enemies, it feels like they only spent 10 seconds balancing this game. The difficulty in this game is best described as, what is the word I'm looking for here?
To be honest, I would say the difficulty is low. I think the game is easier than the previous games. Even a monkey like me is kind of successful in the game. Is he gonna say it's high, I wonder?
Total...
It will get much worse late game? Oh, okay.
Fucking horseshit. This is an evil game made by an evil man, and whoever's job it was to balance the damage scaling...
I need to kill this guy. He gives you the legendary katana, man. He gives you my final katana.
Enemies did not show up to work for the entire making of this game. Just from saying that, already people are pissed off at me. They're saying,
I didn't even see these fucking bosses yet.
I hate you, Dunkey, nitpicking and bias you only like Xbox, but always remember, I beat this, and this is fucking stupid. And I beat Elden Ring 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Because why? Because I'm
a massive finger
of all time, and I say it's too hard. I am calling this game out. Not because it's a bad game, but because it's an incredible game that is held back by very poor balancing. Many of them...
In a weird way, he's saying what I've been saying for 2 weeks, that the game is amazing, but the game has one major issue, and that is he calls it balancing. I always called it bullshit, man. Sometimes the bosses are just designed poorly a bit, where they track you wherever you go, and you need to just press circle at the right time. I always said I had issues with Malekith in this game.
Your deaths in this game do not feel earned, like dying to this stupid shit or losing 70,000 runes to the wonky platforming. So many enemies in this game can kill you in 1 or 2 hits or kill you with a combo that comes out so
That's
fast
like the only critique point. The bosses could have been designed a little bit deeper in a way.
Like a one-hit kill, or they can just kill you in one grab.
The camera also sucks dick, yeah.
Having super aggressive enemies with crazy combos and unpredictable attacks
is
the fun kind of difficult. But making those moves hit for your entire health bar is fucking lame and cheap. Rewards. Now what's fun about Elden Ring's rewards is you never know what you're gonna get. What sucks about that is you end up struggling in a cave for an hour to get a wizard staff that you can't even use. Look at this dude. He cannot actually turn up.
But isn't that a positive thing? Is that cool? I think that's so much better than, oh, let me Google where I find all my items. It's nice to not know what you get and not know. Oftentimes I find an item in Elden Ring, I'm like, what the fuck is this shit, man? And you find it out.
He is worth 3,300 XP.
Okay, that's insane.
Then you have this guy who can do this, and he can say this, or he can say this, and
piece of shit motherfucker.
Too. This guy, who has a ton of health, by the way, is worth 3,800 XP. Only 500
so
more.
The game needs, as I also said, yeah. Oh, Tim Allen, who remembers him?
Look at these guys.
Damn, look at him.
They're literally sleeping. Watch what happens when I hit L2. I just got 20,000 XP for that. There are so many
they need to balance that.
weapons and spells and summons and special moves in this game that should make Elden Ring a wonderland for experimentation, but because the upgrade system is so rigid and stingy, you feel discouraged from creating wacky builds. And then on top of that, you have this
dude, that one's katana, dude. Look at that katana. Oh my, whoa, no way.
To level 1. The end game
I need to go
bosses
there?
are so brutal and so fast that it ultimately funnels every player into using the same broken builds. It's probably starting to sound like I hate.
I'm starting to get very scared. Everybody's saying the late game gets pretty insane. Like, I'm having a good time right now in Elden Ring. I one-shot all these bosses. Maybe people are just noobs and I'm just an esports god, but I'm getting a little bit scared here.
I beat this big-ass game 4 times. 4.5 actually. Clearly they did something right.
That's something I never understood with people. How do you fucking replay a game 4 times in a row in 2 weeks? It's unbelievable to me, man.
Like this
There's gonna be a huge spike later.
So I want them to get this one just right. And the good news is that most of the problems with
Mountaintop's gonna shit on you.
Fixed by one dude with a slider tool. Just turn enemy damage down by 20, 30, 70%.
Okay, that's insane. Yeah, that's fucking bullshit. That's kind of where I'm reaching now, where I realize they just one-tap you all the time. Now I'm scared.